is kind of how you know that like I'm just at the beginning stages of a lot of things. But I always take my past wherever I go. So one must always remember to never forget. And I've been not only life has life experiences taught me this magic trick, but also just my own escape in my mind. And it behooves me at times, and other times it works in my favor. Not ever did it get me an award or get me like higher things or more things, but just allowed me to continue on. So I'm looking at this picture. I'm just like, I like when I take pictures like this when a photographer just goes with whatever. And I stylized myself, of course, but like then the wind started blowing, like I'm sitting in the stool, and like all these things kind of happened in a way where I was just hoping the look would come across very well. And so the shoot was for Behind the Artist, and I had Dario Kalamaski, um, photographer, um, shoot shoot me, which is also like one of my closest friends ever. And I, I did it in color and also black and white, but I let him take kind of full range. And so when we were outside in the natural daylight, he kind of like just did these things, and I just kind of like went with the flow posing. But these are my artist images, straying away from everything else and updating into today. And I've posted these before, and I got some, I wasn't looking for a response, but these are things to use, maybe later on, or maybe just to like hold on to for certain specific special projects. But I decided to unleash the dragon and also just unleash this image anyway. Again, there are a lot of special pieces that I had here, but some of them have gone, some of them will stay, some of them are put away, and some of them will turn gray. And I just think he did a good job at keeping me very, 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 very close to just like what what I foresee to be perceived as myself. And this day, it was like really chilly, so my skin was just like kind of acting up again. And I kept things super safe to the point where he was like, "Boy, yo, you going?" He's like, "Are you going to church or something?" I was like, "No, you don't understand." Like, I was just feeling all types of weird ways about like being mischaracterized and also misconceived, and that my reputation was kind of like being promoted in a way where it was inauthentic, but everything they were saying was kind of true, but they were just like it was just like almost saying another thing about another person. And I was just like, the upsetting part is that like I could do things on my own, but I actually do take the time to stand back, and I do go to get certified and licensed on other levels, and I do make sure that I apply myself, which we all did. And so if we all do it, and like I just keep doing the same thing I usually do, it's strange that like sometimes you feel like you're being like isolated. And to me that was just like, well, you still have to be responsible for your own work, no matter if it's the same as like 10 other people in the room. It's not the awesome thing is it's not you're taking a test. It's just like show the value and dimensions of like that's what you can do. But like when you're working on models, it's like you don't really think about it like that. And so for me, I think about it like if it were me, like I would want somebody to just continue to do exactly what's been told. And if I didn't feel right about it, I would hope somebody would stop it and kind of correct it for the sake of like the whole entire show, and for the sake of the whole entire brand, and for the sake of the whole entire presentation and event. So this day I did everything by myself, of course, again. And Dario didn't see anything before I brought it in. Like we didn't like I didn't prep her as like it was literally we prepped for it, of course. The call sheet and everything was done, but like I just pulled all the clothes myself and everything. And I didn't have on socks here, and I had on a short sleeve shirt, and I rolled up my sleeves, and like it's all designer, but like I did a similar shoot with Natalie Pote, and I kind of like had a different element and mold to it. But you can, if you look at the full day, you can kind of see the difference between the two, where my mind was. But I kind of appreciate this shoot because it was almost like I wasn't in my mind at all, and what was captured was like, in a sense, kind of pure, but in a sense, kind of like the most like my cup was like half empty and not half full. It was like the last, like a Folgers coffee to the last drop, and it was more so me, like just being like, I have to like do something that is going to fall in line with what I initiated, because I can't say that I can't start something and not like and adjust so much that it becomes inauthentic. And what I'm trying to promote here is like I have like sacrificed almost everything, and I don't feel like it's sacrificing. It's just like I needed to say no as often as possible, and I didn't. But I wouldn't have said no even more in that state of mind, because I'm really young in this picture. I'm only like it was 2016, so I'm like what 25, 26, or 20 something. And at the time, I was like already with like two agencies and working with like A-list celebrities and doing red carpet events and flying back and forth between like countries. And um, just the advice was told to me to like just kind of like pace myself. And so I don't believe in that. I believe that like life hits you with a boom sometimes, and I didn't want to have to wear this outfit the way I wore it, but like it was the compromise between like me being in natural lighting, which I wanted, and also just showcasing my style, which was a compromise, because I'm like, I didn't fully design everything, but these are some of my selected own pieces, but I always mix it in with my favorite designers, because like I just would be that guy. So I just believe that he did a really nice job, and I hope that I did it justice. But this is also when everything was kind of like just going back to a whole like nouveau kind of neo mode, and I was just hoping that I can like pass the bar, pass the string of fitting into the classics, because of this, because of my like more so my behavior didn't need to be tamed, but my eccentricity probably needed to be more like in Amazoni print. So I'm used to wearing like black and everything like that, but like growing up, we don't like the only time you wore black was at a funeral. And so like the creative side of me kind of let go, and I meshed it with this moment, and I was just like, well, if someone else could replicate this for like a standard, I would want them to feel like that too. And so I added my own pieces in terms of accessories and timepieces, so that way I can specialize and personalize it if anybody wanted to see it as just me modeling again, because like you can feel free to, but like I'm clearly more so in like my actor mode. And so um I he caught this, and it's kind of cool. So like that's what happens when I try to just be like natural or normal or simple. Otherwise, it's like I was really thinking about like, damn it, my pants, my pants, my pants. And after that, I just kind of like went bar, because I was excited about like what can come of this when the pictures come back, and I was also just excited that like Dario got a chance to kind of like um, be on the other side of the camera for me and with me, but he retouched this, and like it took him some time, but he was just kind of like giving me notes on. But it's just interesting. I thought I can see he kept it as natural as possible, and I wasn't wearing like anything really on my face, or this is just me like being like, I don't care no more. I don't care, but just being like a guy, just being a dude or whatever. I could have did more, but I definitely did steam everything, and I definitely did like try to make it look smoothed out, but that's not my reality, and that's not my everyday. And every day, like I may have some really, really expensive paint, splattered on me on my really expensive outfit, regardless on what it cost and where I got it from. And like, I keep those worlds very separate. And so I don't want it to be any confusing, but I'm also very human and also like supernatural and supreme. So it's like, I know how to manage different things, but like, what you didn't see was something that was intended to be received as like not present or not aware of other things. And also, I'm not bowing my head, but I'm glad it kind of caught this vibe. But I'm outside, so it's 100% my style, aesthetic, and everything behind it. And if you would have caught the full, I think he did catch the full shoe moment, but it's not as important as um, just a guy rolling up his sleeves with like an open jacket and a hat in the middle of the winter. So it's strange.